It's that time of year again. It's the Central Virginia Wind Symphony. We got Mike Gilbert. We got Don Telly. They're from CBS 6, but they're also musical guys. Both classically trained clarinetists, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
And both are working in TV. What's the chances
are.
of that?
Yeah, we tell all the kids.
Apparently pretty good.
We tell all the kids that come in, hey, you can have a job in TV too if you pursue music.
Both
Never
of
know.
Both of you went to school for music.
Yes, we did.
Okay. And now, tell us about the group.
Well, you can tell how things got started. It's our 13th year.
Yeah, Mike and I were talking, two guys with clarinet degrees at a TV station. What can we do with this thing? And we decided kids have a lot of training in school, but they really don't know what it's like to be a professional musician.
Sure.
And the differences between what they've had in school and taking it to the next level that a professional actually runs into, and that's what we thought we would try and give them a taste of.
Yeah, so we do concerts on just 2 or 3 rehearsals.
Which is
so
crazy.
There's a lot on them. They have to go home and they have to work on their parts and be ready. Even at the first rehearsal, when we first read the music, I tell them, you got to go home and practice and come back and know this so that we can start to make music. We can't teach you the notes. You have to know those before you get here. And that's what a professional does. They prepare their part before.
And then they perform 2 concerts, and they're actually this weekend.
That's right.
They are. You'll be with us on Saturday night.
Yes, I can't wait. And
Virginia
they're free.
Center.
As you have been every year since we
You
got started.
have. You've been the only host that's been with us every single year.
That's because I'm just crazy about the music. When you hear these kids, you will not believe how good they are. I mean, it's like you could be anywhere. Conductor, and he's behind the scenes doing everything.
We couldn't do it
Awesome.
without Don.
No,
He-
Don makes it happen.
All the logistics are in his hands, making sure everything is set up and ready to go. So
How
he's
do
an
you-
important guy.
How do y'all figure out what students to ask?
The band directors actually nominate their students from each school. There's a set of criteria that they have to follow, and it's level of responsibility, talent, a multitude of things, and they nominate their top students, and that's how we narrow things down. So we don't do it by audition. It's all by what their proven track record, basically.
Yeah. Oddly enough, musical talent, while important, isn't the only criteria. We do ask that our nominees have a really good work ethic, because with only 2 or 3 rehearsals, they're not going to do it all in the rehearsal. They've got to be able to take that music home, and we're confident that they're going to practice and they're going to show up ready to go, like a professional would be. And
There are students that are good players, but sometimes it takes them a long time to practice and get something
Sure.
ready.
Sure.
While that's great, we can't afford to have a student that's not going to be able to be ready in a certain amount of time. So there's a certain level of sight reading, where they can come in and they can read the music, or they can go home and prepare it in a very short period of time. So,
It's
and they have to be
amazing.
disciplined. I mean, the great thing about music for these students is it teaches them discipline. It teaches them teamwork. We have 94 students, which is the biggest group we've had in our 13 years.
That's a bunch.
And, they all have to come together as a team.
Yeah.
I stand up there in rehearsal sometimes and I say, okay, I'm going to start you off, but it's your job to then play. And I let them play on their own, because they have to learn to listen across the whole group and be able to play together. So it's a big learning experience for them.
They're not doing this for school credit. They're not doing it because anybody is making them do it. They're doing it for the love of the game. That's I think what contributes to it, Kat. They're all there. They're all there because they want to be there.
Exactly.
And they want to show what they can do. Most of these kids are the top in their schools, but they're not used to the person on either side of them being just as good as they are.
Exactly.
And so
Yeah.
that's really great to watch, because then you get this thing where the third clarinets sound just as good as the second clarinets, who sound just as good as the first clarinets.
Right,
That's
right.
and that's kind of what this makes this different.
And the music selections are always wonderful. You've got another performance Sunday.
We do. We're playing Sunday afternoon at the Collegiate School at 3 o'clock. Both concerts are free. That one's a really special one because it's in a concert hall, and we're recording it for broadcast on CBS 6, and it's also going to be on public radio later on this month. So it's
Wow.
really fun for the kids to get that opportunity to play for broadcast
Yeah.
as well. We really want to fill the hall. So if you're interested in supporting local high school music programs and the musicians, these talented musicians, come on out Saturday night 7, Sunday afternoon at 3, And we've got a real special soloist again this year, Kat.
Yes, tell us.
Last year you didn't get to meet Al Chez, who came and played with us. He's the trumpeter from the former Letterman show,
Which was so good.
That
He's
was
so
fabulous.
good.
Oh, he's amazing. He wasn't able to come to the Saturday night show, but this year our soloist is coming to both performances, so you're going to meet him.
Good.
He may not be a household name, but he's pretty popular. He's known in the music world. He's internationally known as a fantastic bass clarinetist. You know, the big clarinet.
Sure, sure.
And we went to school together, and then he went on and did his training in his master's. I think he has a doctoral degree too.
Wow.
He had a Fulbright scholarship to study overseas.
Underachiever.
Underachiever
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
Another underachiever.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing, just like us, he not only does music, but he works for Amazon Advertising
Wow.
as a group creative director. That's his title. So
Wow.
during the day he does that, and then he does all his music at night. He even teaches at the Juilliard School. So this guy is definitely an overachiever. He has a YouTube channel. His YouTube name is Ear Spasm. Check it out.
What's
He's
his real name?
Michael Lowenstern. I didn't mention that.
No.
Michael Lowenstern. He is a fabulous player. You know, he does these arrangements for clarinet choir or bass clarinet choir, and he's so talented with his editing skills. You know,
Right.
you and I do a lot of editing.
Right.
He does some amazing editing. You have to check it out. But he puts everything together, so he plays all the parts, and then you see him here and there, and he did a really
Awesome.
neat arrangement, which I just loved, and a lot of my students have loved, Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. And it's all bass
Ooh.
clarinets. Check it out on YouTube. It's
Oh my
fabulous.
gosh.
So
Who else do y'all want to thank? You have a
a lot of people to thank. Well, you,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh, well, you got it.
Always.
It's my honor. But of course, the malls and
Yes.
Yeah, the Virginia Center Commons Mall has hosted a concert for us every year since
Yes.
we got started.
They have.
And that's been a great venue for the kids. We have a major contributor that helps us finance all of this, and that's American Electrical Inc. That's based right. It's a national company. They're based right here in Richmond. A friend of all of ours, Bud Myers, has been
Yes.
our fundraiser.
You know Bud.
I know Bud. He's great. Hey, Bud.
And he makes all of that happen because he's the guy that goes out there and really enlists the contributions for us. So that's very important. And our big toe, Stephen Hayes,
That's right.
who graciously supports us. I don't think he's ever said no to us.
No,
Which
he
is
hasn't.
nice.
And he
Yeah.
comes out to the concerts, and
Isn't that good?
it's just fabulous to have the support of the TV station. And,
Yes.
and many folks in the local media support what we're doing with the schools because music is so important in our schools.
It
We need to
is.
keep it going. And when you see these kids, I know you can vouch for this.
Yes.
You probably even better than us.
They're
You know,
awesome.
for what they do and what all, I want to thank all the local band directors for the hard work
Yeah.
that they do day in and day out to keep these programs going and give this opportunity to these students.
Yes, it's so important.
It really
so
is.
important. Now, who's your MC on Sunday?
Bill Fitzgerald will be there
Yay,
from
Bill.
CBS 6. He'll be helping us, picking up right where you leave off on Saturday night.
He's
so
a great guy.
he is. He's great. So you can come out and meet many folks from the media this weekend at our performances. We'll probably have a few surprises of people showing up too that we don't even know
Ooh.
are going to be there.
It's going to be so good. And I got to say, I always see you making sure you got all the chairs, getting all the equipment. You're always hauling that stuff.
It's a dirty job.
We always have a
Somebody's
chair
gotta
for
do
you,
it.
right?
We always have a chair for me with you, and that's so cool. Come on out, everybody.
We'll see you this weekend.
Yeah.